10 useful English phrasal verbs with the word with from espressoenglish.net. Number 1. Come up with means to create or invent. We usually come up with new ideas, plans, inventions, etc. For example, after we came up with a brilliant new marketing plan, our sales increased. Do you ever find it hard to come up with ideas for your articles? Number 2. Deal with means handle or take action in a situation. We often use the phrasal verb deal with when handling problems or challenges. For example, I know the microwave is broken. I'll deal with that later. He tries to avoid his problems instead of dealing with them. Another meaning for deal with is to address an issue or be about a topic. This is often used when talking about the themes of movies or books. For example, the film deals with issues of self-esteem and social acceptance. Number 3. Get along with means have a good relationship with someone. For example, I get along with all my coworkers. It's a great place to work. We can also use the negative form, not get along with, to describe having a bad or difficult relationship with another person. For example, I don't get along with my youngest sister. She loves drama and is always starting fights. Number 4. Get away with means to escape negative consequences or punishment from a bad action. If you get away with something, it means you do something bad, but nobody punishes you for the bad action. For example, there wasn't enough evidence to convict the criminal, so he got away with it. You won't get away with cheating on your exam. The teacher will definitely find out. Number 5. Hit it off with means immediately have a great social connection with a person. If you hit it off with someone, it means both you and the other person really like each other from the first moment you meet. You find it easy and enjoyable to talk to each other. For example, I really hit it off with Peter. We spent all afternoon chatting about sports. Number 6. Mess with means bother or interfere with someone or something. This phrasal verb can be used in a few different ways, and it usually has a negative connotation. It can be used for physically touching an object and interfering with the item. For example, "Hey, stop messing with my camera. That's expensive equipment and you don't know how to use it." Mess with can also refer to something that is not physical, such as an emotion, a trend, etc., that has a negative effect on something else. For example, all these new regulations are messing with the economy and preventing growth. My anxieties really mess with me and make me lose confidence. If you mess with a person, it means you bother or annoy them, or do something to them that might start an argument or fight. For example, "Don't mess with me, man, or you'll be sorry." This is like a threat. It's saying, "Don't bother or annoy me, or else you will regret it." Number 7. Put up with means tolerate something annoying or difficult to accept. For example, New York City is such a great place that I can put up with the high cost of living here. When you get married, you have to put up with your spouse's imperfections. Number 8. Side with means support and agree with someone on one side of an argument or conflict. When there's an argument or conflict, there are often 2 or more sides, meaning points of view. And if you side with someone, it means you support him or her on one particular side of the conflict. For example, Every time my family gets into an argument, my parents always side with my brother. Number 9. Sleep with means have sex with someone. It is possible for sleep with to mean simply sharing a bed with someone. This is usually obvious from the context, such as a dog sleeping with its owner in the same bed, or two children sleeping together in the same bed. However, when used among adults, sleep with is often an indirect way to describe having sex. For example, Barbara divorced her husband after discovering he was sleeping with his secretary. How many people have you slept with? This is asking about number of previous sexual partners. Number 10. Stick with means continue to be dedicated to or involved with an activity. If you stick with something, it means you continue doing it persistently. You don't stop. For example, learning English can be hard, but if you stick with it, you'll make progress. I'm so glad I stuck with my piano lessons because now I can play really well. If you want to continue learning common phrasal verbs in English, check out my course, Phrasal Verbs in Conversation. It will teach you how to use phrasal verbs in everyday spoken English, and you'll have the opportunity to practice them with quizzes and writing exercises. Click on the link in the video for more information.